Ah, there we go. Is that audio better now? Hopefully. Hopefully that's a bit better. Let me just double check here. Microphone. Okay. Is that better now? Can you hear me better? I'll just wait a second until I get a message from you all. Okay, great. Sorry about that. There's two different settings, and one is for the headphones and one is for the input. And I obviously messed that up. Okay, so let me go back to what I was saying. So this is the original visualization. We've got this nice little filter section on the right-hand side, which I like. The data starts out by manufacturer. If I click on, for example, General Motors, it'll drill down into the components that have been recalled. We do have a little hierarchy here that drills up and down. So we can probably look at it the other way around. So if we look at equipment, it'll then, okay, so that doesn't really do anything either. So so that's what we're looking at. Pretty simple data set. But it does look like they're doing something kind of like a parameter action or a set action. I was saying earlier, echo now. Okay, one second. Let me turn that one off. Okay, let me know if the echo has disappeared, Stephen. That'd be great. Sorry about this. This is what happens when you rush last minute to, okay. Is it better now, Stephen? It looks like I might still have a double here. Let me try that. Okay, how about that? Is that better? If you could let me know, that'd be great. I'll just pause for a second while you do that. Okay, great. Thank you, Stephen. If it comes back, just let me know. Okay, so sorry about that. I'm kind of making a mess of this. And the data comes from here. And if I look at the data set itself, it's, again, pretty straightforward. And, okay. Yeah, so there's visualization. And then I just pulled the data from the bottom. It does have links. Maybe that's something we can use. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at Tableau. And I'm going to connect to the data. Oh, but I need to now show my screen. That would help as well, wouldn't it? So let's, okay. Let's go ahead and connect to the data set. And let's see. Hopefully I downloaded it. I'm pretty sure I would have. So makeover Monday, data 2023. And what is this one called? Recalls data. There we go. Okay, so one of the things I might do is I'm going to consider maybe splitting this recall link. So let's just try to do it straight inside of here. So let's do, I'm just going to try split and see what happens. So we're going to split by the parentheses, and I want to do the last one of those. Okay, and then unfortunately it gets put all the way at the end. But I think now, if I look at this data, so let me just edit the alias for this. Let's see if we can do that. I think this now has, okay, so now this also has a right parentheses, so I'm going to split this one as well. So let's split again. And I want to split on the right parentheses this time. And I want to use the first, and okay. Okay, great. So now this should be okay. And I'm going to just rename a couple of fields here. So I'm going to rename and call this one maybe the original link. Okay, and then I don't think I can hide this. Can I hide? Okay, good, I can. All right, so then I'm going to go to the right here. I'm going to hide this one as well. And then I'm going to rename this one just as the link. Okay. Okay, so we've got potentially affected, so that must be the number of cars affected. This, some kind of ID, report date, etc. So okay, so we've got the component and the manufacturer, so that's the sort of drill down that that they had in the original. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to sheet 1. And I'm going to start by just trying to reproduce what they have. So I'm going to look at manufacturer, and then potentially affected, and then sort descending. And what must be happening here, if I go back to theirs, let's see here, if I go back to this one, it's interesting because they only show 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They only show 12, top 12. That's kind of a weird number. So you definitely can't use a pie chart if you're not looking at all of the manufacturers. Now they have General Motors with 1,600 and Ford with 1,400. So potential. Oh, this is the number of potentially impacted. Okay, so we probably should maybe use this one instead. So this is the number of recalls, 1,600 and 1,395. Okay, great. Okay, so I don't think I can rename this though, can I? No. Can I duplicate it? No. Okay. I just hate how that says count of recalls. So I'm going to create a new calculated field. Where'd it go? It's on the right of the screen. And I'm just going to call this recalls. And I'm just going to put the number 1 in there. And now if I put that here, and I sort descending, I still get the same number. Okay, so now I've just, so putting the number 1 in there basically allows me to, what am I trying to say now? It's basically just like, it's assigning each row a 1, and when I add them up, that's each individual record in the data set. Okay, so then they're drilling down from manufacturer to component. So we can see we now have this, and let's do a nested sort. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to try to set it up like theirs as like an action. So I'm going to, on the manufacturer, I'm going to create a set, and I'll just call it manufacturer set. I'm going to just pick one for now. Let's pick maybe General Motors. Wow, there's a lot of them. I didn't know there were this many manufacturers. General, holy moly, there's a lot of them. General Motors. Okay, and I'm just going to drag this onto color so I can see what it does. And now I want to create a calculated field. So this is my components. And I'm going to say if manufacturer set, then component, end. Okay, so now if I put that here instead, I should get nulls for everything else, which is what I want. Oh, actually I need to return, instead of a null, I need to return a blank. Because I don't want to see nulls. Okay, so that gives us that. And then, so this shows us the breakdown by manufacturer. So let me set up an action. And let's add a change set action. I'm going to call it, oops, that's a parameter action. So I got a little weird delay in my screen. So let's call this one update manufacturer set. We want to do it on select. I guess we can have it as multi-select. I'm going to update my recalls. I'm going to assign the values. And then when I clear the selection, I want to remove all values from the set. Okay. So now if I click on that, it drills down. Click on that, it drills back up. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it manufacturer chosen. And I'm going to say if manufacturer set, then manufacturer. Else blank end, hit OK. And then I want to put this here, and then I'm going to rotate the label. So let's see, let's rotate label. let's sort this as well. Okay, so now if I click on General Motors, oh, that didn't work, did it? What happened there? Sort. Nested. Descending. Okay, there we go. Oh, what happened there? Somewhere to go. I've lost General Motors. Oh, I see. Okay, because it went to the bottom. What if I take this off the view? So why is it sticking it all the way down the bottom? Oh, okay. That's because this is, I want to sort by the field. No, data source ascending. Nope, descending. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we can see General Motors. Okay. So now if I, okay, I don't know what I'm trying to do here. Okay. Oops, wrong option here. Duplicate. So I'm just going to call this manufacturer header. And then, so I'm going to swap these around. So let's make this. Okay, so I'm going to put this one here. And then I'm going to hide the header for this one. And that doesn't do much, does it? I was hoping to kind of make this one go away. Okay, so if I get rid of this, so this is now just kind of a standard set action. And if I, but now I'm missing this here. What field is this? Oh, I took the wrong field out. Okay. Nope. Okay. Okay. I think I know what I'm going to do now. So let's call this one component or manufacturer. Okay, so I'm going to say if manufacturer set, then, oh wait, I don't need to do this. Let's get rid of this. I can edit components. So I'm going to say else manufacturer. Okay, so now what I should see is now I see the manufacturers here. So if I click on Ford, we now see Ford at the top, and then General Motors, etc. Okay, so that's kind of what I was hoping for. So let's hide that. And then, so now if I click on exterior lighting and go back, I'm now back at the, okay, so I'm now back at the manufacturer level. All right, so let's make this bigger. I don't think I need this field now. I'll leave it in there anyway, so I don't break anything. And I'm just going to wrap this in uppercase. And then let's format this. Let's make this nice and big. And maybe make it black. And how about bold? Something like that. Oops. So now if I click on Mercedes, it moves Mercedes to the top. And we are good to go. Okay, so then if I click on General Motors, it moves General Motors to the top. Okay, so let's put set back onto color. And now if I click off of that, it just swaps them around. Okay, So that's okay. That's not too bad. So what else do we have here? So component. Okay, so let's look at what corrective action does. Oh gosh, there are 23,000 of these. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about that. Well, maybe I could. Okay, so this is okay. I'm going to say, okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set up a string and a list. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to add in here recalls. Okay. No. Okay, so let's show this parameter. And what I'm going to do now is allow the user to swap between the two measures. So let's create a calculated field. So let's call, I'm just going to call it measure. So if our parameter is equal to recalls, and then I want to get recalls, else I want to bring back potentially affected and click on OK. And let's put that here instead. And let's sort this by nested. This should be potentially, oh no, I want to sort this by measure. Okay, and then let's sort, close that. Then let's sort this one by potentially affected. Okay, so now you should be able to swap between the two. Oh, that didn't work, did it? Recalls. Okay, what's going on here? Oh, I sorted by the wrong field. So this should be sorted by measure. Okay. All right. So potentially affected recalls. And now if I click on one, go back, now we have all of them. Okay, so so BMW, and now we can see there's been airbag issues for BMW. Okay, corrective action, maybe we could look at, maybe potential, let's put measure on here again. And then let's, oh, so let's exclude the nulls. And then sort descending, let's see what this is here. Oh, forget it, that's 2. Okay, so now let's look at maybe the report received date, and let's look at the number of recalls. And okay, so 2023, that's probably because, let's see, so if I look at 2023, and then let me just drill down and see what we have data, what period we have data through. Q1. Okay, so it only goes through January 4th, 5th, and 6th. Okay, so I'm going to actually exclude 2023 from my data set. So let's see, it is called report received date, years, 2023, exclude. Okay, and then let's, I'm going to actually bring it down to, let's see, okay, I'm just going to start at the lowest level. So 1966, I mean, I guess it could be right. There's not necessarily recalls every day. Okay, so let's make this month. And let's say, put our measure on there. And we get something like that. Okay, what if we look at it on a quarterly basis instead? Okay, and then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to duplicate this field, and I'm going to make it a, let's add a table calculation. Okay, and I'm going to make this a moving average. And let's see, how many quarters do I want to have it as? So if I want to do four quarters, so like basically a 1 year moving average, then I need to set previous values to 3 because I have current value checked, so that gives you 4. Okay, let's see what that looks like. So I'm going to, and let's move this one to the front. So that kind of smooths it out a bit. Let's edit this calculation again. And what if I make it maybe a 1 year? No, so this is at quarters. What if I did like how many year moving average? So 3 years would be 12 quarters. So let's make this 11. But a 3 year moving average, so this seems kind of weird. What if I did maybe 5 years? So 5 years is 20 quarters, so this should be 19. Okay, something like that. I don't know, whatever. If I put it back to, yeah, let's leave it at a 5 year moving average. Okay, I don't know if I'd actually end up using that. Okay, all right, still no questions on the chat. Okay, no problem. All right, so that gives us our moving average. Okay, I'm gonna try now maybe a heat map. So let's put year, put month, and make it fit width. And let's bring on our measure onto color. So this will help us see a bit better the concentration. Now there's probably more cars on the road as well, which is data that we don't have. Nonetheless, it looks kind of interesting. So we've got, let me see, if I swap this around, does it do any good? No. That doesn't look very good. Let's swap this around again. Okay, so let's make it fit width. I'm going to go back to the way it was. Okay, so and let me show my parameter so I can just play around with it a bit. So that's a number of recalls, potentially affected. Okay, so something really bad happened here. So 52 million cars potentially affected. Wow, that seems like a lot. So let's see what happened on this day. Full data. Let's sort. Okay, so 17 million. So what the heck happened here? Come on. Okay, May of 2015. Why is it not letting me? Oh, show fields. There we go. Go away. Okay, so let's see what happened here. Airbag recall from Toyota, Nissan. Oh, interesting. Manufacturer. Okay, so some of these fields I think I'm going to get rid of because it's confusing me a bit. So let me just go field by field here. So consequence summary. Okay, so I don't want that. So let's get rid of that. Okay, we might want corrective action. Manufacturer, campaign number, hide. These are super long, so let's get rid of that. Recall type. Okay, so this is probably important. And then subject. So again, we've got 15,000 records here. Pencil oil, fix a flat. Okay, so that's like some kind of... Okay, so I'm going to get rid of subject as well. Right. Okay. Again, just trying to clean up some of the fields. Okay. So that's interesting. So I could maybe make a, make this interactive where they click on this view and it goes to, this sheet, something like that. I could try that. So I could maybe do that on a dashboard. Okay, so let's edit this and then okay. All right. So let's go back kind of to the beginning here. So we've got number of recalls and we've got the number potentially affected. And I'm going to move measure names to here. Oops. Move measure names to the columns. Is potentially affected. Okay, so let's swap these around. And I'm going to put measure names onto text. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make some bands here. Okay, so measure names. Okay, measure values. Let's maybe make this really big. Uncheck show header, get rid of the tooltip. All right, so 1.2 billion cars potentially impacted. Okay, so let's and then let me format the board. Oh God, got a really weird delay on my screen. Okay. Okay, so this is my, I'm gonna make like a KPI dashboard. So this is our number of potentially impacted okay. Let me just move this over here. I kind of like the heat map. Yeah, so here's that big spike. This is our trend. Okay. And then this is what our, I'll just call it drill down for now. Okay, I'm kind of running out of ideas here, so I'm going to switch over to automobile. Let's see. Charts. Let's try this. Just trying to get an idea of maybe some of the things I could do. What's this here? Okay. Well, oh, here it is. Okay. So average units per affected per recall. Okay. So we could calculate that. So let me go back to my trend. Let's call this units per recall. And this is going to be the, let's see, it's going to be the sum of potentially affected divided by the sum of recalls. And now if I go to my bands, and I'm going to put that on here as well, we get average units per recall. Okay, probably should rename that. Okay, so now we've got that. Okay, I kind of like their chart. Let me go here, and what do they have it by year? Okay. Okay, and then so this is the average, yeah, average units per recall. Okay, so that's through 2017. So something happened here. Okay, but that's okay. I'm going to make this continuous and see if I can make it look a bit better. So let's go manual. Okay. I just think that looks a bit better. Yeah, so I think that probably looks better than that. Okay, so let's keep this, because this could then maybe act as a filter. Oops. Okay. How many of you would like the option to be able to right-click on the axis and uncheck show title, or uncheck title, something like that? Year-over-year change could be good in these KPIs. Okay, what about component thing manufacturer, same bar chart as first? Yeah, that's a good idea as well. So let's see here. So this is, let's just call this average per recall. So let's then look at year-over-year change. Okay, so let's again bring this in. Let's look at maybe the measure. And let's change this to percent difference. And let's edit relative to previous. Okay, so that's our percent difference. So I don't think, so Professor Analytics, what's your name by the way, Professor Analytics? So year-over-year change doesn't look particularly great. Let's look at maybe some kind of seasonality. So let's, I'm going to split this up this way instead. And let's just look at maybe just number of recalls. And let's make it fit entire view. Just trying to see if there's some sort of, yeah, so they all kind of follow the same pattern. So this is called a cycle plot. Yeah, so nothing particularly useful there. Okay, but it's worth checking. But what if I did it by month? Let's try that. Are there certain months where there's more recalls? No, there's not. Okay, no problem. So for the drill down, I wonder if we could, let's see. I want to see if I can, so to answer your question, Stephen, I think what might be useful is, let me just kind of explain what I'm trying to do. So let me create a parameter, and let's call this, I'm just going to call it drill down. And I'm going to make it a list, and I'm going to make this manufacturer to component. Let's say drill down by, actually I'll just say drill down by. All right, so let's say manufacturer. What the heck? Why is it not letting me do that? Oh, because I'm putting the wrong data type in. That's stupid. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do here, hopefully I don't destroy this, let me actually just duplicate this sheet, is, okay, so I want to create a, okay, so let's say menu or comp. Okay, so let's say if drill down by, oops, is equal to manufacturer, oops, gosh, a lot of typos today, then manufacturer, else component, and, okay, so let me just make this a single value list. Oh, come on. And what I want to do now is I want to use this here. And then let's sort this by our field descending measure. Okay, so right now that field is showing manufacturer. If I swap this to component, it should now show the components. Okay. So then if I duplicate this, and I'm just going to say bar clicked, something like that. It's a terrible name, but okay, so let's just say, so now I need to create a set on this field. Okay, so let's create a set and let's hit OK. So use all. Actually, let me just pick one first. Okay, and then my bar clicked. I want this to be, so if that, then I want to pick my manufacturer component. Okay, so let's put that on color. Okay, so then this is manufacturer chosen. So let's edit this. Oh wait, okay, so that should be bar clicked. What a terrible name. Okay. And what does this say now? Okay, so we want to sort this in descending order so that the one we pick is at the top. Okay, so then manufacturer component, that doesn't look right. No, that's okay. No, that's okay. Because if I, and then components, let's duplicate, edit. Okay. If manufacturer, then, right. No, I want to use my parameter here, I think. If the drill by is equal to manufacturer, want to drill down to component, else I want to drill down. Okay, so I think that's it. What happened there? What do I call that one? Drill down. I think I chose the wrong thing there. Sort. Oh. Why is it not sorting properly? Okay, so my drill down's not right. So if the drill down by is equal to manufacturer, then I want to show the components. Okay, let's try this. I think I want to do it this way. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now I can hide this header. Let's rotate this label. Let's make it bigger. Okay, and now we need to set up our action. Let's see. I'm going to do single select only, just because I think it'll make a bit more sense. So assign values, remove all. Okay, so let's see if this works now. So if I click on that, it doesn't do anything. Click back, it goes to the manufacturer. Swap it around for, okay, let me just see if this works. So Honda, this is airbags, okay. Goes back, and now if I go to component, okay, so something isn't sorting right here. Right, okay, so menu or comp is not working right. Okay, so what's going on here? Oh, that's the drill down field. Okay, so something's wrong there. Yeah, okay, so if something's in the set, then I want to return the component, also want to return the manufacturer. I think maybe, okay, I'm going to try something else. I'm going to say if the drill down by is equal to so I think I need to account for both conditions. Let's see, so then this should be manufacturer, and then this should be component. And then I need an and. Okay. Okay, so that seems to be working okay. So if I click that, I drill down into Honda. Let me do that again. So let's do Honda. Let's swap it to Toyota. All right, swap it to component. And then airbags, tires. Okay, okay, that worked out. Okay, so Stephen, I don't know if that's kind of what you were thinking. I think that was, but that was pretty neat. Thank you for asking me to go through that. Okay, so we can, okay, so I think what would be useful here then is if we, so we've got that. I wonder if it's useful to only show the top 10 in the drill down. So let me try this. Let me filter to, let's do use all, and then top 10 by measure. Okay, so now if I click on powertrain, that didn't work. Okay. Okay, so I will undo that because that's broken. Oh, I see. What I could do is and then let's edit the table calc. Let's do, oh no, wait, I'm going to make it discrete. And then let's see, it's probably going all the way down. I think I need to format the view a bit because I can't really see where things are switching. Okay. Okay, then it goes to airbags. Okay, so now if I filter, why is it not letting me do this then? I'm going to save this and save it to be discrete. Okay, so now if I filter to just the trues, and now I can get rid of that. Okay, so now I'm seeing tires, and then this should be, how many records is this? This should be, so that's, wait, let me count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I'm getting 10, I'm getting 11. That's a bit annoying. And now I'm getting 10. Okay, so when I drill down, I get more than that. So I could then, maybe I want to, let's create another parameter. Let's make an integer, and let's just start with 10. And all values. So now if I show this parameter, and I'm going to say, let's edit this, let's make it my first n. And then instead of 10 here, I'm going to have my show top. So now if I change this and I make it 20, let's just make it 15, I can now see my 15. Okay, so I like that as well. And it's always going to move the one to the top. Click on it again, and now we're back to that level. Okay, so let's format the view. Let's get rid of the, we could probably, yeah, we want to reduce that. Okay, so what happens now if I drill in? Okay, now I see a divider line. Okay, that's what I want. I don't want any column dividers. Okay, let's try labels. Let's see what the labels look like. Okay, so what I don't like now is that they're in the millions when I pick measure parameter, and then it's in the thousands here. Okay, so I'm going to try a little trick. So let's duplicate this. And let's edit this. Oops, come on, stupid. And I'm going to make this measure label. And I'm going to make the recalls a negative. So let me just put that on the label and show you what's going to happen here. So I'm going to get negatives now, and then if I switch to manufacturer, I get positives. Oh, but that's recalls, sorry. Okay, so I'm getting 199 million, and I go to components, I see the millions, but if I switch now to recalls, I get the thousands that are in negative. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set the default number format, and I'm going to say, let's do it in millions, and then I'm going to go to custom, and here, I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not. I don't think you'll be able to see this. Okay, I don't know if that's, nope, that doesn't work. Okay, but anyway, after the semicolon, you have your negative. So I'm going to get rid of the negative and then also get rid of the millions. So now if I hit OK, you can see I see thousands, or sorry, I see regular numbers for recalls, and then I switch it to potentially affected. It now shows it in millions. Don't know what you think about that. I think it's a pretty cool trick. Okay, so airbags. Okay, so now I can hide the header, and I can format the view. I'm going to get rid of my 0 lines, turn my grid lines on and back off. Okay. So I'm going to call this one drill down better. So we want that. So we've got the bands, we have that. We've got our average recalls. Trend, we don't want that. Our heat map, and then that. Okay. All right, so let's just start throwing the dashboard together and see what happens here. So, oh wait, I meant to look back over at, I'm kind of running out of time, but were there any other interesting charts? Okay, nothing is really popping out. That's super interesting. And I knew it would give me a dashboard. Okay, anything interesting here? Hey, there I am. Okay, so nothing particularly insightful. Okay, so I'm going to start with a vertical container. I'm going to color these along the way so you can see what I'm doing. So let's call this 0 and 0, 1,800. And I'm going to put maybe just to show you what it's doing, I'm just going to put kind of a thick border on it. Let's start with like a blue border. And then on this one, I'm going to set some inner padding of about like 20. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag in a text object, and I'm going to call this, let's see, let's maybe make it 18 or 20 black. Let's see. Let's call this safety. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, weird, my screen went like really dark. Oh, it went to sleep. Sorry, 1 second. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, I'm going to give this a better title later. And then I'm going to bring in a blank underneath of that. I'm going to edit the height and maybe make this 10 and set the layout to be, the background is black. Okay, actually I'm going to get rid of my 20 pixels here. And then what I could do is I could make this have, let's say maybe, okay, and then because I want my line to go all the way across the dashboard. Come on. Yeah, let's make this 0. Okay, let's edit the height, and let's make this maybe, let's see if that works. Okay, something like that. Okay, all right, so I do want to provide the user with those, so we definitely want to allow them to use these different options here, the measure, so instead of, I could call this, rename, rename. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to want those going down the right-hand side, and I want my bands going across. Okay, so I'm going to bring in a horizontal container, and then let me just put some color around that again, like I told you I would do. So let's make it maybe an orange border. Okay. And just for, again, for cosmetics, I'll maybe make this, let's do something like that, for 10 maybe. Okay. And then I'm just going to drag a blank in here just because it makes it easier for me to bring things into the view. Okay, and now I'm going, so that's going to be, on my right-hand side, I'm going to have the parameters going down, and then the left-hand side, I'm going to have some type of dashboard. So I'm going to bring in a vertical. What the hell? Pain in the ass. Okay, and then here, I'm going to drag my bands into that. Okay, so we're going to start with our bands. Let's hide the title. And if I go to that sheet, let me again make it 20 pixels or maybe 10 pixels of inner padding. And I'll set the border to maybe green this time. Okay, so now I've got that. Oh, how did I set this? That's outer padding. 10. Oh, did I do inner padding? I should have done outer padding. Come on. Okay, and then this one I want to make fit entire view. Okay, that's fine. I know it looks terrible, but this is inside of this green. This sheet is inside of this green container. And then underneath of that sheet, I want to have my my time series. Okay. Well, this looks just fantastic. I'm just going to manually set the width for now. Let's make it like, okay. And then this one I need to make bigger. Let's maybe make this 160. Oops, I think I hit 9 instead of 90. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is in my bands, I'm going to just, let's see, let's format this to be number, and let's make it millions. Okay. Oh, why is it giving me commas? What the hell? Oh, because I got rid of the decimal place. Okay, so now we've got that. We've got our average units per recall. But this is going to, let's get rid of that. So I wonder if, let me see, so drill down. Let's see. I wonder if we should, let's duplicate this and make it potentially affected. And then duplicate again, and let's make this recalls. So now I can put all three of these in the view together. Okay, so that gives me those. Doesn't look great. Let's see. That's okay. I'll fix the width of those later. Okay. So then the other thing we want to have in here is the option for the user to drill down. So what I'm thinking is, let's make the whole dashboard wider. And I'm going to have my drill down here. And then that brings in my container that has all of this junk. I hate how Tableau does this. Container inside of a container inside of a container inside of a container. So let me float that for now. Just get it out of the way. And then let's get rid of this. So let's remove from dashboard, delete. Okay, so then, okay, so now that's inside of my orange container. So now I can remove that because I don't need that one anymore. We don't need that. And oh, that should be drilled down, not drilled down. Okay, and then I need to also show my parameter for my top N. So parameters, show top. Okay. And let's maybe stick a text box in here. Oops, that's a blank. Let's just call this okay, and then I'm going to stick a blank in there, and let's edit the height again. And set the background, and then let's maybe put no, that's too high. Okay, something like that. And then I'm going to also bring in a blank as a divider here. So let's edit the width of this, make this 10. And go to layout, background. Okay, so I don't want, oh wait, I want to have 10 on the left and 10 on the right. Okay, so now that goes all the way to the top. But now my orange container, that's this one, I believe, right? Yeah, so I'm going to get rid of my padding on this one because I want the black line to go all the way up to the edge. Okay, and then my drill down, let's maybe put in, I don't know, 20, 10, and let's let's do that for each of these sheets as well. Just trying to give it a bit of space. Okay. And then let's get rid of the border. Again, I'm just doing some of these things just so you can see where they would end up. Okay. And let's hide the indicator. Oh, I used the wrong drill down. I meant to use drill down better. That's okay. Okay. So now I need to reset up these worksheet actions as dashboard actions. Okay, so drill down better. I'm just going to change this to be a, go to my dashboard, and it's going to only be the drill down better. Recalls. Okay, assign, remove. Okay, there we go. So now I click on tires. It drills down to tires. All right. So let me go to this sheet, and I'm going to get rid of my tooltip. This one, okay, I'm just going to make it year. Okay, tooltip. Just resizing these so they look a bit better in the dashboard. Okay. Okay, so they still don't look great, so I need to change them again. Let's maybe make them even smaller. Let's go maybe halfway. Okay, yeah, that looks good. Get rid of that. Okay. And then I always put 2 spaces in my titles because I want them to line up with the edge of the box. All right, and then we keep going for the formatting. Let's make this 10. Oops. So that doesn't look very good. Come on. Okay, that's better. All right, and then I probably need to make this container a bit wider. Let's maybe make this one, okay, maybe not quite that wide. Okay, that's good. All right, let's see, so this one has, how many, it's got 20, to right. Okay. All right, so let's hit the band to select the trend graph sheet swap. Yeah, I thought about that, Stephen, but yeah, I knew it would take a lot of time. So I'm going to edit the axis here, get rid of the title, get rid of the title. Okay. Okay, so I wonder if, let's see, I'm going to change the color of these to black just to see what they look like. Yeah, I think I like the solid black color for everything better, because that way it doesn't. Okay, so let's go here. Okay, and then if I drill down, I see the blue here. Okay, so let's go here. Let's change the blue to be a black. Okay, so now that should match. All right, so this is our, let's see. So I'm going to insert my parameter. Top. Top 15 potentially affected by component. Okay, yeah, I think that's good. So now I can swap that to manufacturer, make this recalls. Okay, I think I'm happy with this. I don't know what your thoughts are. Lots of work. No, okay, that's the same thing right before. Okay, so now I need to put a title in here. National Highway, what is it called? Traffic Safety Administration. What do they just call it? Okay, I'm going to change something here. I don't like how those are not uppercase. So choose a measure. Let's edit this. okay, so that's maybe what I could do then. I think I'm going to put so let's see. So top, show top recalls. Oh, so this should be choose measure. Okay. And now I can get rid of this title. It gives me a bit more room there. Okay. Any last minute thoughts here? I think I'm done. I mean, that was a lot of work to create a pretty simple KPI dashboard, but hopefully you learned something here. If I make this bold, what's it going to look like? That didn't look great. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it at that. So 20. The problem is when they get up to like 50 here, it's going to start looking terrible. But and then they click on that, and it doesn't look very good. So I could. So 20 looks okay. So I'm going to edit my parameter. And I'm only going to allow them to, so let's say range from, has to show at least 10, the maximum is 20, and then the step size is 1. Okay, and then let's make this a, why is it a type in? Something like that. Okay, they can click on General Motors and then click again. Okay, but I probably actually do need to show my title here because I need to tell them click a bar to drill down. Bye. Something like that. 20 plus others. 20 plus others next time. Yeah, well, yeah, that's easier said than done, Stephen. Top 20 plus others, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that. Oh, I do need to put my, so this is where I need to put my source in here. So I got to make sure I get it in that very outside vertical container. So let's make it 8. So but I dropped that at the top because it makes it easier than, so I'll show you here what I need to do. So this is going to need to go above that. So that's going to move that to the bottom. Now the problem now is my line is at the bottom, my little divider line. So I'm going to bring that up here. And now we're good to go. Okay, so let me change this to be 10. Okay, and then this container. Let me, oops, let's make this. Yeah, don't like that. I want these three to be distributed evenly, but not that one. So I'm going to bring in another vertical container here. And I'm going to put these three inside of that container. Because now I can distribute those evenly. Okay, and then the title, I'm going to maybe make that 12 point. And then 12. Okay. All right, I'm going to call quits there. Thank you for tuning in. Be back next week with another one of these sessions. There is no Viz review this week. Eva will not have time to do that. So yeah, I will talk to you all next week. Bye. Thanks for attending.